go up against Keenan Allen at all in your past, or is it?
Yeah, I actually did. I played against him in 17. I think that was when they kind of first made the transition, but they were still at the soccer field.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I went against him. Really, really good receiver, real savvy route runner, very explosive at his cuts, and he's definitely a main target in the offense.
Does it make it harder to cover a guy like that travels inside and outside, and it kind of isn't just in one place where you know where to find him all the time?
Yeah, I think when you see a guy like that, especially when you're watching film, nowadays you got guys who are, in one spot. You know where they're going to be. They're going to be at the backside X. They're going to be at the slot, or they're going to be on the front side. With him, like you're saying, he's going to be in the slot. He's going to be on the backside. They even have snaps where they put him in the backfield. So I think just us as a defense, we just have to know where he is at all times because we know that when he is in a different spot other than the slot, that a lot of times that's the focal point.
What went into Matt Judon's wearing your chain this morning?
Yeah, he came in the locker room and he was like, "Man, I gotta do media." He was like, "Can I wear your chain right quick?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Bro, please let me wear it." So I let him put it on, but it looked pretty nice on him. Yeah.
You just talk about the challenges that the Chargers passing attack presents, and how you kind of go about trying to stop those guys.
Yeah, it all starts with the young quarterback. He's having a phenomenal year right now. Then you go to their wide receiver core with Williams, and then you got Keenan Allen, and they got the young guy Guyton as well, and then even the running back out the backfield, he's a threat as well. So all across the board, we have to know that everybody's at the point of attack. You can have three guys covered, and then one guy can come loose, and you don't know where that one guy is. So we just all got to know from the secondary to the linebackers, everybody's at the point of attack.
How difficult is it to lose a guy like Jonathan Jones, and what do you guys, collectively have to do to just sort of make up for that loss?
Yeah, veteran guy, veteran piece. Jay Jones was actually one of the guys. He kind of came late during OTAs once we started competing and stuff. Was helping me out with the playbook. Being the vocal guy in the meeting room when he can, when guys have questions about certain coverages, how we play certain things. But he showed up to meetings yesterday, kind of poked his head in there, said a couple words, but definitely one of those vocal guys who's been in this system and knows the ins and outs.
What's it been like incorporating some of the new corners that you signed a couple of guys this week? Sean Wade is a rookie that came back to practice. What's it like working with those guys to kind of fill the void?
Yeah, I was kind of it's crazy because this off season, him going into I think his pro day, he was kind of dealing with I think a turf toe, but throughout the off season, me and him were kind of training with the same trainer in Dallas. So I kind of got to be around him a little bit in the off season. Now he's coming back, and like you said, we signed a couple new guys. Bosby was a guy I played with in Philadelphia, and then Poole was a guy, of course, I've known just coming out of Florida and then playing in Atlanta. So I think the guys that we brought in, and the addition of Sean coming back, I think we got some good, nice pieces.
Jalen, were you training with Sean? Is that who you were training with in Dallas?
Yeah, well, he was more getting ready for pro day. I was more just off-season training, so we were kind of on two different time schedules, but we would definitely cross paths and had to talk with him a couple of times throughout the off-season for sure.
How much do you think he might be able to add, once he gets out on the field to the defense?
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be a great addition. He's a guy who played big-time football, so it shouldn't be no game that's too big for him. Of course, this is the NFL, but him being at Ohio State, and then just learning the scheme and always asking questions, I think he's going to be a very, very good addition.
Seems like a taller, like maybe a little lankier type corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does his build or style maybe spark thoughts of anyone that you've played with in the past?
Can't say it reminds me of anybody that I played with in the past, but one thing that I noticed once he came in the building after we made the trade, like you said, a long, lanky guy, long arms. That's kind of what you want to see, from these young guys coming out, and of course us like to play at the line of scrimmage, being able to touch guys at the line of scrimmage. That's kind of what you want to see.
John, how much of your prep each week is studying the passing game as a whole, not necessarily just an individual receiver, but the concepts that they run as a whole?
Yeah, very much so. I'm kind of a guy, regardless whatever the scheme is for the week, or the down and distance, whatever it may be. I am a guy that likes to study, you know, the route concepts, whether, you know, it's a condensed formation, whether receivers like the stemless routes, whether, you know, the back is to me, is the back away, is the tight end to me, is the tight end off the ball. All those different type of things, they tell you a lot within the formation before the play starts.
Jalen, what have you learned about Miles Bryant this year?
He's a football player, you know, regardless of his size, it doesn't matter. He was a guy also, I remember going into, I think, the Saints week. Every day he was in the weight room. And I said, bro, you lifting weights every day? He was like, yeah, like I got to make sure that I'm ready, you know, so once I get my chance that, you know, I don't have to get ready. And I mean, it showed just this past weekend, you know, all that work that he was putting in throughout these weeks, not knowing, you know, we had a freak injury with Jay Jones. He gets elevated up, and then now he's out there playing a big-time role for us and making big-time plays. So, I mean, you can't do nothing but respect that, man. He's a football player.
What sort of stuff was he doing in the weight room?
I have no idea. I know I would just see him over there under the squat rack or trying to do bench press and different things like that. I'm pretty sure just corrective stuff, just trying to make sure his body is ready to go once he goes out there.
Jalen, with a team that goes quite a bit on fourth down, what's the mindset of your defense? You know, you make a stop on third, and here they come back, and not just once a game, several times a game.
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
It's those big third down plays, those big third down stops, you know, that we have, and you know you want to celebrate and get ready to, you know, run to the sideline, get the punt return team in, you know, to get the offense on the field. But now it's more of a, once we make a play, we have to be looking to their sideline. We got to be looking to those coaches to see if, you know, if their offense is staying on the field, because we have to be ready. We got to know going into this game, we have to play all 4 downs.
Do you like the fact that they do it so much and you have a chance to, you know, stop them in their tracks and get the offense in good field position?
I mean, the 3 and out, that's pretty sweet right there. You know, I can't complain about a 3 and out, but if we do get an opportunity to be able to stop them on 4th down, you know, you guys, you watch a lot of football, you know, that's momentum swings within the football game, just that one play. So for sure, you know, if we get that opportunity, we have to execute.
Thanks, Jalen.
Thank y'all, man.
Thank you.